Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of The Flash. This time it's Guerrilla Warfare, so we know who that is. But before we get into it, obviously this continues on from last time with Barry losing his legs, well, he's paralyzed. So we get an interesting story of Barry, which, I don't know why, it feels a bit like, what was that? It was a bit like the Blackout episode.
A little bit, yeah.
Because it turns out, he can have his speed, but now it's PTSD and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a bit too similar in that regards, but it's a bit better because we got Henry to show up.
Yay.
Because we haven't seen him since the first episode of the season, and it's nice, and like I said, usually I don't care for the inspirational speeches, but he's one of the characters who can get away with it.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, so, it was nice. Barry came over his PTSD, which, to be fair, that at least makes way more sense than the time of Blackout. This time it's a legitimate reason to have PTSD.
Yeah, true.
But, but with Zoom around, Wells wants to go home, but then he decides I'm not going to go home, then he helps you with Grodd, then he pretends he's a reverse Flash.
That's fine.
Yeah, so he gets to dress up in a suit, and Cisco says, say this thing. And then it just turns out he sucks at acting. Which makes sense, because what's he going to do? Prove he's a reverse Flash? Oh wait, he doesn't have speed.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, yeah, Grodd would have known about that, so it's weird that he actually believed it for a moment. But then he didn't believe it because he was like, no, Father doesn't say please.
Yeah, but we also have some Wells stuff, because he wants to go home, then he's like, I'm not going to go home. But now we have ways that we can close the breaches. Well, he wants to close the breach because that's an idea. He also tells us that, hey, not all the breaches go to Central City, which leads into a cliffhanger with Grodd.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that would excite some of the comic fans, because that's a big thing in the comics.
Yeah, they might recognize where he's gone.
A little side drama of this episode is the Paddy plot.
Oh, yeah. Basically, she knows he's not sick, they contradict each other's lies, but in the end, she forgives him for lying, because he tells some story about his dad, which, yes, it's true he's in town, but, I mean, you can't be too mad at Barry, because, he didn't have much choice other than to lie, because if he did say, yes, I got hurt, I'm in a wheelchair, then she would question why he got over it so fast.
Well, that's the point, though. He's always lying.
Yeah.
But we also have a side plot, because remember in the previous episode, Cisco met a female.
Yes. And in this episode, he vibed her and saw a bird person.
Let's not call it that, it sounds weird. But yes, he got a vibe, he saw a bird person, then he saw it again, and it was clearly a bird female.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into very, 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 very soon.
I mean, we can clearly tell it's Kendra, but in this world, you can't tell who someone is with just the bottom of their face.
Yeah, but we got to have a nice date at the end with music.
Yeah.
But all in all, Grodd's here, he wants to kill some people, he wants to have more gorillas, kidnaps Caitlin, all the usual stuff. Oh well, Grodd's a favourite villain.
Yeah.
But hey, they send him away, which, hey, this isn't the last time we've seen Grodd. It's a good cliffhanger, really.
Yeah, it works, it does its thing. I'll go as high as 7.5.
I'll give it a 7.5. It's another good episode with, you've got a main plot, which is alright, backed up by quite a few good plots. The only thing I don't care for is the Paddy stuff, but it wasn't that bad. Honestly, I've never been that fond of Paddy. I like her as a character, but unfortunately the plots they choose for her get really annoying very fast.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't in it too much. She would have been if they kept in the deleted scene.
Yeah, but all in all, the episode felt kind of quick. There was a lot of Barry sitting around moping, which on one hand is fine. It makes sense he would have PTSD, but at the same time, it's just kind of him sitting around too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's a case of an episode where when you got side plots, half the time I'm excited only because I know what's coming, not because what's in the episode.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were excited for the Kendra stuff because we know what's coming.
Yeah, although I can imagine some people would be excited if that's the kind of the reveal of a certain really big comic book character.
Oh yeah, true. Once we see the vibe, yeah, that's a nice way to reveal something.
But speaking of which, what's the next episode called?
Legends of Today.
Well, we'll be watching that next time.
Yeah.
And yeah, all that Kendra stuff's about to be explained. And if you're looking at the title of the episode, you could probably guess what we're going to be foreshadowing and building up to. But we'll
Yeah.
worry about that next time. This episode was alright. For a Grodd episode, I don't know. I've never been that. Grodd's alright, but he doesn't always have the best episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some good plots. It's nice to have Henry around and give some more good scenes.
Yeah, we got to hear Caitlin Always Kind, which he said is one of his favourite lines to say when we met him. He said his two favourites are Grodd Hate Banana and Caitlin Always Kind.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to hear more about that, go watch our review of the previous Grodd episode.
Yeah, because in that video we tell the story of how we met David Sobolov at Comic-Con.
But enough about that. We'll see you next time for more Flash and other things as well.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.